Yo, Brian Saff, back again. Welcome back to Talk and Play, where I talk about something while I play video games. If you're new to the channel, first of all, I appreciate you for being here. Thank you so much. Like the video if you fucking with it. Hit the subscribe button if you just want to check out more later on or whenever I drop new ones, and share if you are interested in letting other people know you found this great YouTube channel and you just really like the content and want to give it to them. So thank you so much for doing all that. Those of you returning, really appreciate you for being back. You already know what the vibes is. If you checked out the title of the video or just glanced over the thumbnail before you clicked it, you already know. Falcon and the Winter Soldier episode 3 review. That's what we're talking about. Today, I am going to be playing Outrider. Hottest new game on the scene. If you're not a gamer or you're just unfamiliar with Outriders, Outriders is basically a PvE or a player versus environment looter shooter, meaning, you know, we run around, shoot up shit, find gear, find guns that we can enhance and make ourselves better in battle, and, you know, say we fuck shit up. It's a fun game. I'm really enjoying it. It has a co-op mode, so I've been playing with my friends as well. But for the sake of not spoiling the story, because the game is fresh and new, I haven't even beaten it yet. I know other people haven't. I'm not even going to get into the story. Let's just jump into this Falcon and Winter Soldier episode 3 review. The episode begins with Fake Cap and Battlestar tracking down a lead in Munich. They actually roll up on the same dude who we saw in episode 2 providing refuge to Carly and the Flag Smashers. Of course, he's not giving up any information because he's down for the cause. So this in turn makes Fake Cap realize, you know what, we just have to let Sam and Bucky do whatever they're gonna do because we don't have any leads after this, and they still got moves to play, obviously. So Sam and Bucky are now at the prison where Zemo is being held, and Bucky is pretty much telling Sam that, hey, I want to just do this by myself. You know, he could trust me, I could trust him. We got the Hydra Tot thing going on, and you might spook him off because, of course, nigga, you're an Avenger and you put him in jail in the first place. So let me just talk to him and figure out what we could do, how he could help us. That turns into Zemo actually sounding like he's a bit remorseful for the things that he may have done to Sam as far as being brainwashed and all that stuff. He said it was just a means to a necessary end, and, you know, he seems remorseful. I don't know based on how this episode continued out, but from this point on, he's helping them. Now, of course, Sam is not okay with that. Bucky's breaking the news to him that he thinks this is a good idea for Zemo to help us, and then he proposes this, what did he call it, hypothetical scenario where, you know, some chaos ensues inside of the prison, and it's just enough for, you know, one person to sneak out undetected, and in walks Zemo, who did just that. He snuck out in the chaos. Now he's there, ready to assist. Obviously, Sam is not having it. You going to jail right now. But Bucky is able to get Sam together and tell him, like, hey, man, look, you looked out for me before. You trusted Cap, and in turn, that saved me. And I really want you to, you know, stick your neck out for me again. I would really appreciate that. Sam, being the good black man that he is like, okay, cool, you know, I'm trusting you. I don't trust him, but I'm going to trust you. So let's just go ahead with this and see what happens. Zemo explains, you know, I got connections. I used to be a baron in my country, so I have money and access as well. Like, we're going to be fine. Let me just get us where we need to be. This takes them to Madripoor, where they are disguised as people we have never seen before. But I do want to pause for a second and say that I really appreciate that line that Zemo said when they were on the bridge walking about, because Sam made a reference about him being dressed like a pimp or something like that, and Zemo was pretty much like, it's only in America where a fashion forward black man would be seen as a pimp. Like, you dressed like who you need to look like, that is the end of it. And I really appreciate that, because in America, black men especially, We are very, very like typecast, or not typecast, but we're very like picked apart based on the things that we wear. Yeah, something as simple as that, and how we carry ourselves are things that people look at us and define us by. So I'm glad that, he kind of called out the hypocrisy in that a little bit. Moving forward though, we enter the bar, and they gotta pass some little initiation to kind of not prove who they are, but let them know this is not no fake shit. Like, if you know what's going on, then you know how to address us, so you can get to see who you need to see, which leads to Sam having to drink some kind of shot that had a snake heart in it. I don't know, that shit was crazy, but he did it. And somebody came out and was like, hey, they told me you ain't welcome here. We had to activate Winter Soldier. Like, bitch, I don't care what they talking about. I'm trying to see somebody. Winter Soldier attack. Winter Soldier lays out a room full of people, pretty much. Anybody that stepped up to him got that vibranium arm straight to the jaw. And we got to see Sam in action, but or Bucky in action, but in the Winter Soldier days. It was cool. I like fight scenes, so it was cool to me. But they end up being taken to this back room where this lady named Selby is, and of course her and ZMO have a history, because people from the gutters usually do, like in these underworld type of situations usually do. So she makes a deal with him. You tell me what I need to know, or how I could find this super soldier serum, and you get to keep my little Winter Soldier friend here as your personal bodyguard and assassin. And of course Selby's like, I'm down for that. This is what you need to know. I'm not going to tell you everything though, which kind of leads to a scene where Sam breaks disguise, because he gets a call from Sarah, who wants to discuss the whole boating situation and the finances and all that shit. Now, Sam was doing a good job at trying to, make it seem like this is regular business for him. I am who I say I am, but of course she said his name. Selby authorizes her men to go ahead and kill them, but then she's randomly shot through the window by some unidentified stranger. And of course dies, which leaves a bounty of 1,000 Bitcoin to be placed on the heads of Sam, Bucky, and ZMO, because obviously they were the last person to see her. Last known people to be in her presence was them. Selby's dead because of them. That's what the world thinks. Now, I actually follow Bitcoin, so I know one right now, because the market is fluctuating, can get you anywhere from 55,000 American dollars to 60,000 American dollars. So if you multiply 55 to 60k times 1,000, you're looking at about $55 million to $60 million at any given moment, because like I said, the market fluctuates. That is on the bounty for these three individuals. So of course everybody in that little dark underworld club vibe area was trying to gun them down, but they were saved by none other than Sharon Carter. Remember Sharon Carter from Captain America and the Winter Soldier? I think that's where she made her first debut. She's actually like Peggy Carter's niece or granddaughter or something like that, great niece, something like that. She was actually Cap's love interest at some point, which is kind of weird, because her great niece or great aunt or grandmother, whatever, was Cap's love interest back in the day when it was 1960 whatever, and he was riding around on a motorcycle with the funny looking shield doing Captain America shit. But that's neither here nor there. That's just to remind you guys of who Peggy Carter is, because apparently she's going to be playing a big role in the series moving forward. In this particular case, she gives Sam and Bucky and ZMO some refuge so that they can plan out their next move for tracking down the super soldier. So she brings the trio to her little hideout or whatever, where Sam is like, listen, we need your help. Can we make a deal? I will get you pardoned, just like I got, Robo Arm over here pardoned, if you help us track down this super soldier serum. Anything that you could do to help, please, please, please. Obviously, she agrees because, like she said in the clip before, you know, I have been on the run for all of the shit that I did to help you guys out. I understand y'all been gone for X amount of times because of the snap, but for the same amount of time that y'all been gone, and actually before that, because the events of Captain America and the Winter Soldier happened way before we actually got the end game. But Sharon has been on the run all this time and she's ready to see her family, so she accepts the deal. That leads us to Sharon tracking down the information that we need, and that information leads us to a shipping yard where Dr. Nagel, who we learned about from Selby before she was killed, is hiding and doing his research and creating more super soldier serum in his little secret laboratory, like he's Dexter or somebody, down at the bottom of the shipping yard. So while we're in Nagel's laboratory questioning him, we find out that he in fact used to work for Hydra in the super soldier program, but of course Captain America and, you know, whoever else helped took it down. So he was out of a job, and then look at that, the US CIA came through, hired him, and say, hey, we have some blood samples from a test subject, and we would like for you to isolate the super soldier serum that is within this test subject's blood and create a new super soldier serum. That test subject, obviously, if we're paying attention, because why else would they put him in the series, is the black Captain America / super soldier that we met in episode 2, who told us they were testing on my blood and had me in jail for 30 years behind me just trying to look out for my country like every other patriot is supposed to do in this fucking country. And stuff like that is why I'm really appreciating this series, because they erase black history. You know, technically it's black history in that show, even though this is fictional. They erased the black history in this fictional program, and it came around to be one of the key reasons that people are doing evil things. So yeah, he told us, you know, I recreated the serum or whatever. Now I'm popping out here, and the girl Carly and her band of misfits, the Flag Smashers, stole it. So now I don't have any, so I'm making more. At this point, ZMO is, you know, in his feelings because somebody is claiming to be a better scientist than him. That's what I got from it anyway. So he shot him. It is what it is. He shot him for that, and also because ZMO has made it clear he does not stand behind what Hydra did as far as creating super soldiers. He doesn't rock with that anymore because it could lead to some very dangerous things, like a government creating a set of Avengers to run around and terrorize the planet on behalf of justice and freedom and the American flag. And of course, we don't want that. ZMO doesn't either, for reasons that are quite obvious. The Avengers have pretty much ruined ZMO's life. They put him in jail, they killed his family, and they fucking destroyed the country that he's bearing of and his home and his heritage. And of course, anybody who has a home and a heritage that they don't want to be threatened can understand that. So as ZMO kills Dr. Nagel, they are immediately attacked by a gang of bounty hunters who have caught up with them, obviously, because they're trying to get that 1,000 bitcoins. And you know, Sharon Carter's putting in work, taking them out left and right. They enter into a firefight. Sam and Bucky seem to be at odds once again, arguing about something that has absolutely nothing to do with the success of them making it out of this firefight alive. But good old ZMO, he puts on his red helmet, which this is a little treat for the comic book fans, because helmet ZMO is a thing. If you know, you know. If not, maybe get educated. I don't know. But helmet ZMO has come out. You know, he killing people, knocking people out. And then, of course, he pulls up in this very fast car, whatever, that is going to be their getaway vehicle. And this is where ZMO, Bucky, and Sam part ways with Sharon. Sharon has some other stuff going on, and she dips out while they get out as well. Now then this cuts to a little scene where Sharon is instructing what looks to be her driver that there is issues, 3 of them to be exact, and this is leading me to believe that Sharon might be the power broker. Now, the series hasn't yet revealed who the power broker is, but just based on the way Sharon's been moving, how she's been getting information, the underground life she's been living since the events of Captain America and the Winter Soldier, like, I feel like she might be the power broker. She got them answers pretty damn quick, she got money apparently, like she might be the one calling the shots as the power broker. That's just my opinion, but we'll see what happens as the series continues. We catch back up with Carly and the Flag Smashers, who are basically plotting to rob a Lithuanian government resource facility. Like I said, this is a gang of radicals who are trying to do things to improve the living conditions of poor and disenfranchised people that they really care about. So they plotting to steal some materials. Fake Cap and Battlestar, on the other hand, are at ZMO's prison, figuring out how and who helped him escape. Of course, they know, Bucky and Sam had something to do with this. Now that they've done something illegal, we could just piggyback off of them to save the day, and nobody's going to care how we do it. So that's Fake Cap's mindset going into it. I mean, he's not wrong, but I don't know. Something about this Fake Cap ain't sitting right with me. He's having a hard time dealing with the pressures of being Captain America. And I could tell that he's somebody that doesn't like to fail and hasn't in a long time, but when it does happen, it's not a good thing for him. So we'll see how that plays out. Now, before ZMO killed Dr. Nagel, he gave him a name of somebody that Carly was interested in saving. That person ended up dying. We find this out. Well, we already knew that actually, but Sam and Bucky find this out on ZMO's plane as they're plotting their next move. But ZMO is like, hey, I have a place there. We should just go and check it out anyway. While ZMO is redirecting his pilot to the new destination, Sam and Bucky actually have a little heart-to-heart, right? So Sam is, feeling very bad about the fact that Sharon has been on the run all this time, trying to help him and Captain America, the real one, save Bucky and all kind of shit like that. So, he comes to the realization like, damn, or not comes to the realization because he's been there before, but he finally says out loud, I think I might have made a mistake by giving up the shield, and maybe I should have just destroyed it. Bucky's like, before you destroy it, because people have feelings and attachments and all kind of sentiment placed on that shield. So before you destroy it, I'm actually going to take that shit back, and I'm going to be Captain America myself, because we need a new Cap. It's not going to be John Walker, because fuck that guy. So I'd rather do it than you have it destroyed or, keeping it for yourself or giving it away again. I'm going to take up the shield. Me personally, I feel like Bucky wants to do this not only to make Steve proud and to do his legacy right, but also because he's on this big mental health tour where he's trying to rewrite the wrongs that he's caused in the world and just put some good into the world. I think he feels like being Captain America will not only make Steve proud, but it also give him a chance to right his wrongs. And I'm actually not mad at that, if that is his reasoning. Now, he doesn't have the greatest personality, so personable he will not be, but I feel like with the vibranium arm and his, skill set or whatever, he'd be a good Cap. That's just my opinion on the fight side anyway, because like I said, personality ain't there, but we working on it. We go back to Carly and the Flag Smashers, and they have actually just finished robbing that same Lithuanian government facility that had all that material just sitting around. They robbed it, took everything, and Carly gets a little terroristic and actually blows up the facility, saying that's the only way they're gonna understand where we coming from, or that's the only language they speak. I guess she's saying being destructive and loud and bold is the only way to get their attention, which debatable, but clearly she's angry about the living conditions she's had to endure for all of this time, so she don't give a fuck. But that takes us back over to Bucky, Sam, and ZMO, who have landed in Riga, which is from the tip that Sam got on the aircraft about that being the last known location of Carly and the Flag Smashers. But right before Sam, Bucky, and Zemo enter Zemo's hideout in Riga, Bucky decides, hey guys, I'm gonna take a little walk real quick. While taking this walk, Bucky is picking up these little marble things. They're beeping, they're lighting up. So obviously Bucky knew that somebody was following them. Now we get down the end of this brightly lit alleyway. Bucky turns around, and to everybody's surprise, a member of the Dora Milaje, who is basically the Wakandan Secret Service, is standing there requesting that Bucky surrender Zemo at this very moment. And I don't know, I guess Bucky knew that eventually the Wakandans would show up, and they did, because like Sam pointed out earlier in the episode, the Wakandans have not forgot that Zemo killed King T'Chaka. The episode ends there, and of course I am distraught because Cliffhanger and the fucking Wakandans are there tracking down Zemo. You already know how the Dora Milaje get down. They know how to fight. So I'm assuming if Sam and Bucky does not calm this Dora Milaje down, she will be trying to beat Zemo's ass to a pulp so that she could drag him back to Wakanda and answer for the crimes that he committed against their country. We'll see what happens when episode 4 drops though. I'm gonna go ahead and cut it right here. I'm not trying to take up too much of your time, but get in the comments and please tell me what you guys think about episode 3, the series moving forward, just everything. Let's have a conversation about it, and I'll catch y'all on the next Talk and Play.